Ever wondered if someone was lying to you? Imagine catching deceit in real time, protecting yourself from emotional and financial harm. While it's tough to detect lies accurately, it's not impossible. Research shows only 54% of lies are spotted, and extroverts lie more often than introverts. With scammers causing $8.8 billion in losses in 2022 alone, it's crucial to master lie detection. Ready to become a human lie detector? Let's dive in. Number 10. Recognizing a change in speech patterns. One of the most telling signs of deceit is a noticeable change in how someone speaks. According to Greg McCrary, a retired FBI criminal profiler, individuals often exhibit altered speech patterns or mannerisms when they lie. McCrary's method involves establishing a baseline of the person's normal speech through straightforward questions. When more probing inquiries are introduced, any deviation from this baseline can indicate potential deception. This change might manifest as hesitations, a shift in tone, or an increase in verbal fillers like or By keenly observing these nuances, you can begin to identify inconsistencies that may reveal when someone is not being truthful. Number 9. Observing non-congruent gestures. Non-congruent gestures occur when a person's body language contradicts their spoken words. Dr. Ellen Hendrickson, a clinical psychologist, notes that these discrepancies often expose underlying truths more effectively than verbal cues alone. For instance, if someone affirms their cooperation verbally, but simultaneously shakes their head in disagreement, it suggests a potential discrepancy between their words and their true intentions. Such gestures can include subtle movements like nodding or shaking of the head, changes in facial expressions, or shifts in posture. Recognizing these nonverbal signals requires attentiveness and an understanding of how body language can unconsciously reveal a person's true feelings or intentions. Number 8. Spotting a lack of details. When individuals are truthful, they typically provide comprehensive details and expand on their narratives when prompted. However, liars often withhold information or provide vague responses when asked for additional specifics. Researchers at the American Psychological Association, APA, refer to this phenomenon as deception by omission. In conversations or interviews, this can manifest as evasiveness or a reluctance to delve deeper into certain aspects of their story. Detecting this lack of forthcoming information involves listening carefully for gaps in their account or inconsistencies in their explanations when asked to elaborate further. By probing for more details, you can gauge whether someone is being transparent or intentionally concealing facts. Number 7. Identifying overly detailed stories. Some individuals resort to over-explaining or providing excessive details when fabricating a story. Research from Harvard Business School indicates that liars often embellish their narratives with unnecessary specifics and superfluous information. This strategy aims to create an illusion of credibility and fill in gaps that may arise under scrutiny. Additionally, liars may use complex language or technical jargon to obscure the truth and deter further questioning. These verbose explanations can sometimes be contradictory or convoluted upon closer examination. By critically evaluating the relevance and coherence of their account, you can discern whether their storytelling style aligns with genuine recollections or scripted falsehoods. Number 6. Noting unusual vocal tones. Changes in vocal tone or pitch can provide valuable insights into a person's emotional state and sincerity. Cultural context plays a significant role in interpreting these vocal cues. For instance, research by Dr. David Matsumoto suggests that vocal pitch variations during deception can vary across different cultural groups. Understanding these nuances involves considering individual speech patterns and customary vocal behaviors. In some cases, an abrupt shift in tone, such as an unusually high or low pitch, may accompany moments of heightened stress or discomfort associated with dishonesty. By observing these vocal fluctuations in context, you can better gauge whether they align with genuine emotional responses or strategic attempts to mislead. Number 5. Watching eye movements. While the belief that eye movements correlate with lying has been debunked, eye contact, or lack thereof, still provides valuable insights into sincerity. Maintaining intense or prolonged eye contact can signal an attempt to overcompensate for dishonesty, while avoiding eye contact might indicate discomfort or unease. Understanding these nuances requires consideration of cultural norms and individual differences in interpreting visual cues. Observing subtle shifts in eye contact during conversations can offer clues about emotional responses and potential deceit. By combining eye contact observations with other behavioral indicators, such as facial expressions and body language, you can better assess whether someone's nonverbal cues align with their verbal statements. Number 4. Covering mouth or eyes. Covering the mouth or eyes during conversations can signal attempts to conceal emotional reactions or suppress gestures that may betray deception. Former CIA officers note these behaviors often accompany moments of heightened stress or anxiety associated with dishonesty. For example, lightly touching or covering the mouth while speaking might indicate an unconscious effort to prevent slips or facial expressions that could reveal inconsistencies. Similarly, shielding the eyes or avoiding direct gaze may reflect a desire to avoid scrutiny or conceal nonverbal cues contradicting their words. Recognizing these gestures requires attentiveness to subtle behaviors and awareness of emotional responses in stressful situations. Number 3. Noticing excessive fidgeting. Excessive fidgeting, such as tapping fingers, shifting weight, or adjusting posture, can indicate discomfort or anxiety, often associated with deceit. Former CIA officers highlight these behaviors as subconscious attempts to dissipate nervous energy or alleviate stress related to dishonesty. These physical cues may manifest as restless movements during conversations, reflecting underlying unease. By observing patterns of fidgeting, you can discern whether these behaviors align with natural fluctuations in demeanor or serve as indicators of potential deception. Recognizing these subtle signals requires sensitivity to individual behaviors and an understanding of how stress influences nonverbal communication. Number 2. Observing finger pointing. Finger pointing, whether literal or figurative, serves as a tactic to shift blame or redirect attention away from oneself. Business Insider notes that individuals resort to assertive gestures and accusatory language when attempting to distance themselves from culpability. This defensive behavior often accompanies evasive responses or efforts to undermine accusations by highlighting alternative explanations or external influences. Recognizing these subtle cues involves establishing a baseline of a person's typical communication style and identifying deviations that suggest a reluctance to take accountability. By observing whether someone engages in finger-pointing during discussions, you can better assess their sincerity and willingness to address concerns transparently. Number 1. Self-identifying as a good liar. Individuals who openly profess their proficiency in lying, referred to as good liars, often inadvertently reveal insights into their deceptive tendencies. According to research published in PLOS ONE, individuals who self-identify as adept at lying frequently engage in minor forms of deceit within personal or professional contexts. Their willingness to admit to deceptive behaviors may reflect a combination of overconfidence and strategic self-presentation. By acknowledging their proficiency in lying, these individuals may inadvertently disclose patterns of dishonesty or manipulation that warrant careful scrutiny. Recognizing these self-disclosures requires critical evaluation of verbal assertions and consistent monitoring of their actions in various interpersonal interactions. In a world where deception is increasingly sophisticated, detecting lies is both a skill and a necessity. By understanding subtle cues like speech patterns, gestures, and behavioral changes, you can enhance your lie detection abilities. Remember, cultural context and individual differences play crucial roles in interpreting these signs. While no method is foolproof, combining knowledge with intuition can empower you to protect yourself from dishonesty. Thank you for watching. If you found this video insightful, then don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more insights. Until next time, stay vigilant and trust your instincts.